Hi, it's Anna. I hope you're doing well today. Do you ever feel like sometimes life just continues to come at you and come at you and come at you and just takes you down? I know recently we've had a time of it over here where it was, sickness after sickness, COVID after COVID. We had a day when there was a tornado watch and the kids had to shelter in place at school, and there was also a sinkhole on the major highway near our home. And again, we had COVID in the house, and it just was like nonstop stuff. And, in those moments of life when things just continue to feel heavy and hard and frustrating and aggravating, what I have learned is that you just have to stop. You just have to stop. You just have to pause, and you have to just kind of regroup. And maybe that means literally those things are happening, and you, in the midst of all that chaos, need to just rest. And you need to pause. And sometimes we get answers. Sometimes we find out why things are happening. And I know for me, my mind always wants to know why. Why is this happening? Is it a sign? Am I supposed to be doing something else? What's going on? And this wise woman just recently told me, she said, sometimes, as much as we want to know why things are happening, sometimes you just have to let that go. Because sometimes, as she said, it mucks things up. You just aren't necessarily going to find out why. So sometimes these things happen in life like one after another, and there could be all sorts of lessons in that. It could be lessons in acceptance. Like for us, there are a lot of plans made and energy put forth, and then things didn't happen, or people couldn't attend different important events, and we just had to accept that and do the best that we could with what we had. And maybe we switch things up a little bit. And I know too, in those moments of life when it just feels really like frustrating, and you thought you were going to be doing something and life serves up something else for you, you just have to let go and lean in. And I know I've talked about this before, but it seems to keep coming up for me. So maybe this is something that many people need to hear right now. And there are lots of things that are happening all the time. And especially with social media, we get to hear about stuff all over the world instantaneously, almost, of things that are happening that are out of our control, right? And we have to stay grounded. We have to remember there are certain things that we can control and things we can't. And our well-being is one of the key things. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of other people in our family, our friends, our community. So you just, sometimes when life is just heavy and hard and frustrating, you just have to stop. You have to pause. You have to rest. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. We underestimate the value of sleep, especially in our modern society. We think, oh, we can be running and running and running, and we literally run ourselves ragged. And that's not healthy. And sometimes life takes us down because this great universe and world is like, hey man, you need a rest. And since you're not giving yourself the rest, I'm going to give you the rest. Maybe not in the way you like it, but sometimes that happens too. So you got to make sure you're resting, making sure that you're taking time to just be quiet, even if it's just for a minute or two, maybe in the morning, just before you even get out of bed, definitely before you go to sleep. I know I often fall right into bed and want to just be boom. I have given all the energy and the tank is empty, and just want to hit that pillow. But I have practiced over the years of making sure that I take a few moments before I nod off as much as I can and as many days as I can, to just kind of be appreciative of what the day has brought, or just appreciative for that moment, because you want to make sure that you are setting that tone for your sleep and your subconscious mind, as opposed to thinking about all the things that you're frustrated about, that aren't going your way, that have thwarted you, that have disappointed you, that have aggravated you, that feel unfair, that have cheated you, whatever it is that's going on. You want to make sure that before you nod off, that you just take a few moments to just be appreciative even if it's for the fact that you can lay your head down and the day is over, and you're appreciative that you're going to get to sleep now. And if you can just go with that for a few minutes, if there are other things that you can be grateful for, that's even better. Like, you're grateful for whatever moment happened that day, or you're grateful that you have family, or you have friends, or you have a job, you have coworkers, or you had food that day and you had a great meal, or you're alive and you're healthy and you're breathing on your own. Whatever it is, try to take that time before you nod off. So rest, practice that gratitude. I also do it in the morning before I get out of bed. I love something that Thich Nhat Hanh said. He said, when he wakes up, one of his meditations is that he smiles, and as he breathes in and as he breathes out, he says he's really grateful for these 24 hours ahead. And now I know with those 24 hours, a lot of it we've already kind of designated for certain things. Some of it's for working, some of it's for caretaking, some of it's for just things in life that we need. But make sure too that you have some time carved out for you. Again, even if it's just a couple minutes here and there, it makes all the difference. And as life also is coming at you, you want to make sure that you just lean into it and say, okay, thank you for whatever experiences, whatever opportunities this is going to give me. Sometimes it's really hard to say thank you for that, and I get it, and sometimes it's just heavy and dark, and that is the last thing that you want to be grateful for, is the chaos and stuff that's happening around. So just lean in and just say, okay, I'm going to trust that this is eventually going to pass. And sometimes these moments in life are just moments. Sometimes they last for like a day. Sometimes they last for days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes even years. And that's really challenging, super challenging. But in that time, just continue to lean in and continue to ask for guidance and support. I am very spiritual. I talk to my guides all the time. I see evidence of their presence all the time. And even with that experience, sometimes it's hard for me to know in those dark moments that they are there around us, ready to support us. And I really make it a practice to ask for just peace and calmness, and to help me redirect my energy and the energy around me, into a more calm, loving energy. And it always comes. It always comes. Sometimes it's hours later, sometimes it's the next day, but it always comes. And sometimes it doesn't last very long, and some other wave comes and like knocks you down, and then you have to say, okay, I'm leaning in, I'm letting go, and I'm asking for some help here, please. Give me some support. I need some peace. I need some calmness. I'd love some understanding, but I get it. Sometimes I'm not gonna get the answers. So trust. This is the journey we're all on. Everyone has these moments. Every single human has these moments. It doesn't matter how beautiful and perfect and amazing someone else's life looks. Every human being is challenged. Every human being is given these moments, weeks, years, where there is darkness and struggle and frustration and disappointment. So we aren't alone. So again, remember, practice your well-being, rest, meditate, even if it's a couple minutes, ask for peace and calmness, lean in, trust that this will pass. Trust that it will pass. And when it passes, right, it feels so great. Like right now, oh my God, I'm so grateful for the sunshine. I'm so grateful that everybody's healthy. I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to start, doing videos again. Oh my God, I love it. I'm just so grateful. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, or even this afternoon, but I'm just grateful for right now. And that's it. That's all I have to say today. And as you know, my last thing I always love to close with is remember that you are light, love, and magic. Go light up the world.